Prime time. EA Sports. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there. First down to set him back on second.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
He'll drop to throw. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 21. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So here are the Browns now with great starting field position. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
We saw something last week you don't see very often. Team loses, but the quarterback, the trigger man, Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. That's pretty impressive.
You rarely see that. Of course, don't worry, folks. He said the obligatory, I would have traded that for a victory any day of the week.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but still, he must have played awfully well to win it when his team lost.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, they'll throw. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Burks. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
Yeah, 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Throwing now, Stewart. Quick hitter here, it's complete. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Right back to him on first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the gun, it's Stewart. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Stewart. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Green. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Here's Stewart to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll try again. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Point after here coming up. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
On 1st down, Burks. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. set for the second quarter. San Diego in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. 2nd and 9 now. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 3rd down. Looking to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Evans has it left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Browns are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. And another drive starts with them huddling in their end zone, Charles. Where have we seen this before? Very recently, but the last time they had it backed up like this, they took it the length of the field.
Hard to do that once, let alone the idea of doing it twice. But, of course, that's the goal. So, as a secondary deal, get 2 first downs. Help yourself in field position and help your defense out. And they were backed up to start the drive, and not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did, and they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
They'll run on 1st down. Haskins, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Stewart sets to throw. And this one is incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw again. Being chased out left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Cordell Stewart. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
A try here for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1.
Let's go.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he spent the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Back to throw. Stewart. Eluding the pressure. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Looking to throw. Stewart. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on this drive?
I think he may need some help from the coaching staff. Maybe the offensive coordinator says, okay, let's do a few of the shorter throws, quick rhythm throws where the ball's out of his hand quickly into a receiver before the defense can react. Maybe not take so many shots downfield just in case. Get your confidence back up, and then later on, you expand the targets again.
The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, right?
I love it. I love it. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They go play action here on first down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Yeah, baby.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
And now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks.
They got his man complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play that time for Cleveland.
Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Stewart now. From the gun, he'll throw. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way.
way. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit.
What are you doing?
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Play action. Stewart. Looking left side, and it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On first down, Stewart. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me.
Back to throw again. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Green brings it in. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They will throw on first down with Stewart. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Stewart. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw, Stewart. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. The Buccaneers are looking to get back to the playoffs, and they've had a strong first half of the year as they upped their mark to 5-2. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. Trevor Lawrence leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half, and they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half, and it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Let's go, let's go.
The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Stewart. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Able to push his way through. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now Stewart on 1st and 10. And caught right side, Green. And oh, this is Peterson remaining down on the ground. And apparently in some pain. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll go down at the 28. 46 yards on the ground for him so far. Now Stewart, 2nd down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way. As a quarterback on his back, usually can't complete a pass. Brandon, opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
Going to go play action. Here's Stewart. He finds his man. Complete. That's Bryant. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Now the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Escape. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
I think we've seen this before. someone's down 3 scores, that situation there is just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And you know, sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Stewart. Finding some. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his target, it's Evans. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd and 4. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Well, that doesn't start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! It's complete. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Red Dragons get a bit closer. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for two. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third.
Here's Stewart to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Looking to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Flush to his right. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The decision to tuck and run gets him free, but that's not enough. Now it's fourth.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. As we are just about set to go here in quarter. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Red Dragons are able to cut into that deficit. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a 1-score game. And that almost makes it a brand new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
2nd and 7. Stewart sets to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Second and 11. Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Throwing now, Stewart. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, The ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really, in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Stewart. Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And his kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Airing it out deep for Smith. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 39. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Man, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a handoff looking right. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Stewart. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Stewart. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And his kick here is good. And that will get the lead up to 14.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. With his guys trailing here in the fourth, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. They'll set up to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete here. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Buying time, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Red Dragons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he won't be close to first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
And nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 7, and time a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw. Able to hook up here with Ridley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Browns, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.